Okay. Yes. Good. Felipe 在哪里？ You're always the first one, usually. Cannot hear you. Your microphone is not turned up. Okay.
晚上好，老师。
Hello， 你好，你好。
晚上
Sign
好，
up，
同
OK。
学们。
很好。Always the first one to go and get people to record, huh? Very good. Now on Thursday you have your oral class. You have to find a partner. Okay. So either I go down the name list and just one after another you two go do it, or you find a partner. So we can do either. Okay. Emily 你好，大家好。Still driving. Be careful driving.
老师晚上好。
你好，你好，大家好。
老师好。
你好，你好。
同学们好。
同学们好。对啦，吃饭了吗？
吃饱了。
吃饱了。
吃饱了，吃饱了。
吃饱了，吃饱了，很好。
吃饱了。
你老师那个老师吃饱了吗？
我也吃了，对，在澳洲，是11点，所以我吃饭了，对。I'm diabetic. I have to eat on time. Very, very strange. Strict control of diet. 你们应该知道 you all should know. Diabetic, oh my goodness, we have to. Our food is so boring. It's 3 colors. Red, yellow eggs and tomatoes and a little bit of meat. That's it. No rice whatsoever. Not even basmati rice. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I lose appetite thinking about my food. No ice cream. I'm so envious of ice cream. No sweets whatsoever. Yeah. Every day I look at my husband taking a whole bowl of chocolate and eat. And I was scared. I wish I could do that. Oh, give me some. No, you can't eat anything. Not even a tablespoon of sugar. Yeah. In? Okay. Good evening, everyone. 大家好。大家好。
你好，
Good evening, 老师。
你好，
Good evening,
你好。
classmates.
对，很好，没有人叫我老师啦。Good.
Good evening, 老师。
老师 first tone 啊，
老师。
老师 OK， 不能叫我老师哦。老师。And then you add 请问 to 请问 and then it's terrible. 请问 fourth tone. I know why you can't do it, because you don't like to be angry all the time. Well, fourth tone is a bit like anger. You have to be angry. After you get used to it, you don't need to be, but initially you have to. Yeah, it's funny. I have good evening. I have a Thai student who came to do PhD with me. And I could not believe why she always calls me Dr. Felicia. So I said, hang on, something's wrong here. Is your English so bad you can't call me Dr. Zhang? Okay, so I kept on correcting her. Call me Dr. Zhang. And then later on, she explained to me why she can't call me Dr. Zhang. It's because in her culture, she has to be very polite and respectful to the teachers. So if she calls me Dr. Zhang, the distance between me and her is too distant, too far. So she can't stand it. She said, no, I can't call her Dr. Zhang and feel comfortable. And then if she calls me by English tradition, which is Felicia, then she also feels uncomfortable because it's too close. Okay. So she's decided for her own comfort to call me Dr. Felicia. And I thought, you know, this is not right. Don't call me Dr. Felicia. It's not the English way. So I kept on correcting her. So she told me this. Then I permitted her for her to call me Dr. Felicia. And I know that in your fourth term, you're the same. None of you want to be angry. So you don't want to do it to be angry, okay? Because you feel uncomfortable being angry. So you say, I see. It's not that you can't do it. It's that you just don't want to feel angry, okay? It's so funny. You really need to understand. There's a lot of culture involved in the way you feel when you speak a language. So not so simple that we teacher tell you what to do and you do it. It's not so simple. There's many psychological effects in everything. Very interesting. Okay, 46 people now. The first thing we do is to have a test, so we can wait for other people to come in, and I will start putting the test on the chat thing. Now, are you recognizing some characters now?
Yes, 老师. Yes, 老师.
Okay.
Yes, 老师一点点.
A little.
A little.
一点点.
Do you know what the basic number of characters you have to know is in Chinese? At least 300 to 400.
1
Okay.
to 400.
Oh my God.
300 to 400 basic characters before you build up. Okay, because English is so easy. We have 26 letters and we just build them by combining them to make sounds. It's not like that in Chinese. And people kept asking me how many will be enough, and they say, well, you have to know about 300 to 400. That's the basic ones before you can even build anymore. Okay, so after 300 or 400, and you think, oh, maybe I can stop learning characters. No, you can't stop learning characters. You always have to learn characters. Even for advanced levels, you need to learn characters. And I don't know whether you know, let me just talk to you a bit about the written language in Chinese. The characters you learn now are basic, simple characters. Simple characters. Okay, and what the language you're learning are mostly oral language. Almost everything is oral language, oral type of language, conversational language. You haven't gotten far enough to get into the written language. There is a written language which is much more formal than the spoken language. Okay, so therefore, I'm sorry, especially. It's a long, hard road. They have done research that to do English and French and German, perhaps to get to a native speaker level or advanced level, you need about maybe 3 years of intense study. Okay. They did the same with the Chinese language. I'm sorry to scare you. I don't want to lie to you, so I have to give you the truth. You can look it up on the internet. It takes at least 7 years of intense study to get to a decent level. Okay? So it's very tough, but imagining so many people in the world who speak Chinese is worthwhile. Okay. Oh, of course, it's easy for me to say I'm a native speaker. Thank goodness. You're a non-native speaker. This is a lot harder than you, for you. Okay. So because I'm a native, so I grew up with written and speaking the language. So it's a lot easier. Yeah. Okay. Somebody said I can't write. It's true. If you only type and you don't use your hand to write, you cannot write the language. Okay, you can possibly recognize the characters, but sometimes you can't recognize the combinations of the words that go together. Okay, notice so far, especially last week, we did so many words that just basically, so many words that comes in twos, in pairs. Okay, so when you learn the characters and the pronunciation of the characters, you are learning literally which word goes with which word. Okay, and it's interesting, somebody asked me online about shang. Oh boy, my boy, the word shang, to go up, has so many variations, so many uses. And last week we have done 上课, which is, what's 上课?
Study.
上课 is go to class. Okay.
Class.
Yeah. attend class.
上课，
上 sh is aspirated.
上课，
对，上课，你们在上课哈。
上课，
对，上课。
对，
对。So in this case, 上课 is actually a particular verb structure. Okay, so this one is 上 is the same 上. I'll give you the character because you know some characters now. 上 and then plus 课. And this one, like everything we've done last week, is a particular, oh, I need to turn this into complex characters. Why is this doing simplify? Okay, never mind. Okay, this one is actually a verb plus object, object compound. So in this case, 上 means, if you translate into English, is to attend. Okay, but 上, okay, how do you say catch a bus? I know all of you know how to say catch a bus. What's catch a bus?
上车，
对啦，上车。
上车了，上车，
上次啊，上次，
上车 is to go on a bus, to go on a bus, okay? You see, you look at the 上 is yet again as a verb. 上课，上车, and if you have children, you go to school. 上学, okay? 上 in this case, what's most important to recognize is in this particular position. 上课. Okay, 上 is the verb. Okay, so 上, the first use has one, to attend, to go up, to do something. Okay, but later on, I think in week 11 or 12, we will do 上 as a 上 as a location word, like above. Okay, above. And also, I just thought of a 上. How do you say morning?
早上好，
早上，
早
早
上，
上，早上好，
早，
对，
早。
早上. Just hold on, because there's a reason. 上 actually means, I won't tell you. You tell me what it means. Okay, 上, no, 早上.
Early
上.
morning.
No, but what does 上 mean? What does 上 mean in this case? 上.
Go up, go up.
Right.
Go up. That's right. So you see, 上车 is go up. 上, and then 早上 is up. But 早上 what goes up?
Rise up.
Morning.
the sun,
Sun. Wonderful.
sunrise, yes,
So you see the first character 早 is got sun. So sunrise. So 早上. 早上 is in the morning. Okay, 早上 is in the morning. And usually in Chinese, there is a particular time range to do with 上, 早上. 早上 is usually 1 to maybe 10 a.m. 1 to 10 a.m. you use 早上. Okay, 1 to 10 a.m. you use 早上. And so 早上 is 1 to 10 早上. Okay. What is morning?
早安，
No. Morning is 1 to 10 a.m. What's after 10
早
a.m.?
上，早上，
早上，
上午，
Good. 上午.
上午，
对啦，上午. And 上午. Okay. 上午. What is the 午?
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Because it's the sun. It's the sun. 上午 is morning. It's not afternoon yet. Okay.
Sunset.
Morning. Now, so that's
10 to 12, 10 to 11.
and what is 12?
Midday.
下午
中午，
不是
中午
中午 midday.
中
对
午，
中午 midday 哦，
中午
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 嗯，
对啦。So 午 refers to the sun rising. So 中午 okay. And then of course, yeah, it's a midday sun. So
middle of the day
yeah, midday sun. 中午 is noon. Okay. And afternoon, what afternoon?
下午
下午
Because the sun is going down. Okay, so
下午
对啦，下午，对，下午。So 下 is the sun is going down.
no
Okay, 午，下午。Okay, so this afternoon, right? So you see, the 上 and 下 really just means go up or down, up and down. But depends on where it is in a word, it means slightly different thing. If you translate, you have to translate the real meaning, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's why 上 is used all over the place, and you probably heard it used. It's the same word except used in different situations. So it's a very good question. I think it was Emily who asked, and I said, great, keep the questions coming, because that means everybody else would know what you're asking as well. Okay, it's very good. Okay, now, would you like to have a test today?
schedule 老师
Okay, let's have a test. 要不要？要不要？
摇
摇
You, all of you are biting me. 不要咬我，你们都在咬我，咬 is 你们都在咬我。我没有我不要你们咬我，我要你们怎么样？你们要不要？
我们要
Okay, it's fourth tone. Otherwise, 咬 what you've just said is your own second tone. 咬 is to bite. Okay, 不要咬老师哦，不要咬老师哈，老师不要你们咬。
老师，我的妹妹好吧？
不要咬人哦。Okay. 好 test don't turn any test, just write down the characters and tones and everything. And next week you can on Thursday you're going to have a test, and I will test people orally while you do your written test. So I trust you not to look up anything. Okay, so the real test is coming, okay, on Thursday. And also you need to write your family with characters. Okay, so that will show whether you learn the characters or not. Okay, I will mark all of you because I have to, and it will be a really, really long job because I can't print them out. I have to do that online, so page after page. So that will be painful, but it's worth it. I want to see you perform. Okay. All right, the first one and two, easy, haha. Chinese is easy, isn't it?
难难。
好难哦，不容易哦 ，easy. OK， 中文好难哦，英文很容易。我觉得 I feel， 我觉得英文很容易。Okay. Okay. Number 3, difficult. Oh, the word difficult is really difficult, isn't it? It's so funny. They really make it difficult. Okay. All right. And the next one is pretty easy. Middle. Now, China is called 中国. What does it mean? Middle country. So it thinks it's
Middle country.
the middle kingdom. Middle kingdom. So in the olden days, before you knew other worlds existed, you think you're the center of the universe. Okay, middle income, middle kingdom. Also, when we learn directions, you will know Chinese will say 东南西北. They start from the east. And the reason for that is because they are themselves in the east. Okay, so this is fascinating. Every culture starts their directions differently because it depends on where they are in the world. 东南西北, yeah.
北是上的啊，
Huh?
北是 north，
北是 north, yeah. So in Chinese is 东南西北, east, south, west, north. That's the sequence they say. Okay, 东南西北, yeah. How is it said in the Philippines? Do you say north, south, east, west?
Ilaga Kanluran.
太难了，很难讲呢。
很难讲吗？你们怎么说？ How do you say?
Ilaga Kanluran.
Hilaga, Kanluran, Silangan,
What's that?
Silang.
Ilagat,
Timog, oh, yun,
Timog,
Timog.
Silangan.
Okay, sounds very
Kanluran sila.
complicated. Why is it so complicated? Okay, all right, the next one. Why is it simple like Chinese? Okay, the next one is at. Number 5 is at. Hilaga Timog, Silagan
Silangan
Kanluran.
Kanluran.
Oh, so you do north, south, east, and west, right? Okay, like in English. I think. I don't know, I get confused. Okay. Of course, I'm Chinese. I always think everything Chinese is more logical. It's so funny. Naturally, you will start with the east. Why do you go to north? Huh? And also, it's reasonable that the sun rises from the east, don't they? Doesn't it? Doesn't rise from the north. Sorry.
Yes, from the east.
So this is why we use the east. That's the starter of the sun of the directions. Makes sense. Okay. So number 7. To attend, the word that we've been talking about. Yeah. Yeah, it really shows you Chinese to be such an agricultural society. Naturally, east will be the first direction. Okay. And 8, the most. Oh my God. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say the sun rises from the east because Mao Zedong, when I was in China, we had to sing the song every day.
The east is red.
Yeah, 东方红太阳升. That's the song that we had to sing every day. The east is red, and the sun has risen, and there is a new leader, Mao Zedong, you know, and it's amazing. That's my childhood. Okay.
You don't want to hear my parody, do you?
No, I don't want to hear your parody, Chris. Okay. All right. Grandfather. All right. Okay. Number 10, to like. Now, be careful. To like is not would like, okay? So don't make a sentence, I would like. I would like is not to like. I would like is I would like, I would wish to do something. It's slightly different. You们喜欢吃饭吗？
我知道，
喜欢
喜欢 not 喜欢
喜
哦，
欢
不是喜欢的哈，喜欢吃饭。对，你们喜欢吃台湾饭吗？
还给
喜欢吗？还可以，还好。你知道
我喜欢老师，
你喜欢，我喜欢吃你们菲律宾的菜，pork adobo.
Adobo.
Is that it? Yeah, pork adobo.
对
My
Adobo
favorite.
是很像那个三杯呢，
对
三
对对
杯鸡啊。
对，不是adobo
对吗？
不是
卤
三杯
肉
鸡，五豆贝是卤肉，耶，卤肉，红烧肉，红烧肉。
很像
红烧肉，红烧肉。
Yeah, I know. That's why I like it. Yeah, my favorite dish.
谁喜欢？
很喜欢呢，我的女儿也很喜欢。
是啊，
She loves it. Oh my God. And you know the soy sauce egg? She eats them all. Okay, I put 6 in the 猪肉 and she eats 6. And I say, no, don't eat 6. You'll be ill. No, don't care. Just love it. To love. Oh, it's so funny when they were little. They would eat 6 in one go, 2 of them, 3 each. And I was going, oh no, you're going to have constipation. I said, no, Mom, I don't care. You put 8 in there and I'll eat 8. I love eggs. Soy sauce eggs. Okay, I. Okay, next one, 13, to play. To play. 对呀，中文不好玩哦。
好难，
好玩吗？不好玩啊，好难哦。14, meaning. Meaning. 中文很有意思哦。meaning.
什么意思？
Have you used it in asking people 什么意思？
有什么意思吗？
对呀，是什么意思？ Okay, good. They can understand a lot.
没错，
You can understand a lot too. Singing. Oh, you should listen to Chinese songs. It's a bit sad, but you can recognize the words and learn a lot of Chinese from it. Yeah. You heard of a singer called Teresa Deng? Teresa Deng Lijun.
Usually, Mom, we can understand, but we cannot say it.
You cannot say, but you know the story. 甜蜜蜜，你笑得甜蜜蜜。Have you heard that before? No? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, love
It's,
yes.
she is popular throughout Asia. Throughout Asia, everybody knows her.
What's the title?
Yeah. Okay, the 16 is the activity you love most. To sleep. Oh, 我也想睡觉，睡不着哦。哦，甜蜜蜜，对，甜蜜蜜。嗯，OK， 睡觉。Okay. 17, to ride a bike. Okay. And 18, sports. Sports, last one. Yes. Okay, I'll go and go to line and get you to upload this. New class. Upload your test here for today. Okay. Right. Okay. So it's actually I am fascinated with something. Do you read the cultural point sections of the book at all? Especially like number 70, page 79, page 79. And I wrote a bit about what to take when visiting a Chinese friend. Okay. And these are some of the things you should look upon, you should obey when you're visiting a family. So page 79. So because, for example, on weddings, I have 4 points here. The first one is, okay, in Taiwan, Taiwanese people are very polite, okay? They do not, first of all, after 3 questions, ask you, what's your salary, okay? Sometimes in China, they would do that. They after ask you, what's your name, how old are you, and where are you from? And the next question is, how much do you earn? I said, bloody hell, that's a bit much, isn't it? So in Taiwan, they wouldn't ask you. So better not ask them, answer such questions. Okay. Another thing, this is cultural. One, how do you know? Okay, Chinese social etiquette involves a lot of how do I say, a lot of language which is only for show. Okay, for example, you must hear a lot of people say, oh, one day we should have a coffee to catch up. Okay, when people say that to you, should you get very excited and waiting for them to ring you to go and have a coffee?
It depends on
Yeah. Okay. I was in Taiwan for 10 years. I tried to find out what's the percentage of their talk is only a formality. And I found out probably about 99% is all for formality. How do you know the invitation is real? Okay, is when they follow up with the appointment. They make a place, they make a time, when to meet, etc. Otherwise, when they say to you, oh, one day you should come to my house to visit, it is only politeness. They don't mean to invite you to their house unless they make real arrangements. Okay, so all of you need to know when they're saying no without saying no, and when they are actually saying yes.
Sleeping pills, where they go?
Okay, they're in the cupboard. They're in the cupboard. Okay, yeah. So, so sorry, it's very late here, so everybody's going to sleep. I'm still talking to you about being polite. So Chinese people are very good at saying no without saying no. Have you come across these things before? How do you know whether it's a real invitation or not?
看到的时间呢？
Pardon? 时间, yeah, they have to make a time for you. And also, you have to know how to say how they are saying no when they're not saying no, okay? Chinese people never say no. They always say yes. But if they follow it up with an excuse, they're actually saying no, okay? So they would say, oh, 很好啊，我想喝咖啡呀，可是 but no, well, 可是 is but. 可是 when you hear 可是 you know it's no, okay? But you always hear yes first. Okay, so I know this is very hard because Chinese is already hard for you, and then you have to listen for long sentences before they're saying no. It's, you know, very hard for all of you. So you need to pay a bit attention. They tend to, you know, say no with longer sentences. Okay, 可是 means but. So when there's a but in the sentence, you know it's saying no, even though they didn't say no to you. Okay, this is the reason they do this, is they want to preserve face. Okay, they don't want to say no to you. They want to have retain their face to acknowledge that they didn't reject you, and they want you to have face to feel that you're not being rejected. So a lot of this language play is really for people to preserve the face for each other. It's a very important thing in Chinese culture. For example, when you ask your boss about something, they might say, 我回去研究研究. Okay. 研究研究. 研究 means to do some research. Okay, I used to work at university, and all these people say 研究研究, and then my Western colleagues will say, teacher, they've been 研究研究, they've been doing research for 2 years. Are they coming back to sign a contract with us? I said, well, no, that just means no. They just don't want to say no to you. So you need to know how to interpret these signs. It's very important. Okay, and on page 79, for example, Chinese people are very, very fastidious about time. They like to arrive on time, okay? And in Taiwan, not necessarily in Australia, but in Taiwan, they like you to take off your shoes before you come in, huh? Probably in Southeast Asian countries, it's always the same. And when you have weddings, if you read on page 79, don't ever give them umbrellas or pears, okay? Because the word for umbrella in Chinese is san. Especially in Taiwan, everybody has to have umbrella. But san rhymes with the word sun. to separate. So when you go to a wedding, you don't give people an umbrella, no matter how pretty the umbrella is, because you're wishing them separation. No, no, no. Okay. And similarly, the Mandarin word for li, for pairs is li, which is to leave. Okay. And so therefore don't when you go to a Chinese house, probably don't give them pears. Give them oranges or something golden. That's usually good. Okay. And clocks and watches are not good presents either, because they symbolize the end. Okay, that's not good. And when you receive anything, receive with both hands and do not open them immediately. Okay, this is very different to, I don't know whether in Philippines you do that, but in English culture, you're supposed to immediately open the present to show how much you appreciate the present. But in Asia, you don't do that, just in case the present is not good enough. Okay, otherwise they lose face. Okay, yet again, they lose face. And always compliment about something you like in the house. Okay, you like that. So these are all Asian or Asian etiquette that you could learn. The reason I put that up there is because guess what? Unit 7, what we're going to do today, is actually about visiting a Chinese person's house. Okay, now let me ask you, next time observe how many turns, when you're two people talking, when you're visiting, how many turns, how many sentences they have to speak before they get a cup of tea. Okay, usually Chinese people say about 6 sentences before they get a cup of tea. Usually the first sentence is, would you like something to drink? And then how would they respond? How would if the host asks, would you like a cup of drink? And then the guest would say, what do you say? The most hateful word in Chinese. Do you know the word 随便?
随便呢，可以
Oh my God! 随便。
随便你
whatever,
Very
any,
anything it's
very
okay
good word.
anything.
It's up to you.
随便你，
随便 is whatever. And
whatever.
oh my
Is
God!
that the same as it's up to you?
That's right. So it's up to you.
Yes.
So and then the host said, no, it's not up to me. I need to know what you like. So one sentence, 你要喝什么？随便 doesn't solve the problem. So the host had to say, 你要喝咖啡还是茶? And don't say 随便 again. Because the third sentence she will say, 我去做咖啡, I will go and make coffee. And then you have to tell her, 对不起, 不好意思, 我不喝咖啡. Okay, 我不喝咖啡. So in the 6th sentence, you tell her that you don't drink coffee. And then, all the Westerners will say, bloody hell, why don't you just tell me in the first instance you don't drink coffee? And we have to wait six times longer in order to know that you don't drink coffee. This is a bit too much, okay? And that's basically a lot of rituals left. 2 and 4, 2 and 4, 2 and 4 before you know the answer. Particularly Chinese people don't like to tell you they haven't eaten. So even though they're really hungry, they will still say 我吃饱了. But you have to force the food onto them. If they always say, no matter what you ask, 吃饭了吗? They always say 我吃饱了. And so you have to force the food onto them. Okay, right? So this is 不一样哦. This is
我们都是一样。
啊？
我们是这样。
你们是这样吗？也是这样。Okay, so it's really funny. Okay, page 81 and 82. There are 14 sentences. I want you to put them in order. I'll give you about 15 minutes to do it. OK，
明白，老师。
好，对，做完啦。哎呦，很棒哦，很棒，做完了。好，等一等哦，其他人还没有做。你们都做了吗？都做完了吗？哦，都做完了，好多都做完了，还没先做吧。
还没，我
好，没关系。
还没，
好，现在做吧，没问题。Those who have finished, you can look at page 83, the vocabulary. Okay, the vocabulary. So learn the vocabulary. Hey, Arlene, can you turn your mic off? Yeah. Thank
对
you.
不起，老师。
没关系。麻烦你 means something I trouble you. Very strange. Only typing simplify characters. Okay. 做完了哈，好，再等一等。Oh no. 做完了吗？都做完了吗？
好了，
啊
完了。
完了，老师。
对，都
好了
做完了，做完了哈。You need to say 做完了哈，都做完了，都做完了。好，
好，还没。
都做完
都
了，
做完了。
好，都做完了哈，都做完了。好，我们现在开始哦哈。等会儿我先看一看，第一个是好像上次是 Muddy 嘛，我记得是 Muddy 哈。我看看 Muddy。第一个是上次做到 Muddy 哈，第一个 Muddy 在吗 ？Muddy 在吗
Hello, mom.
？Mom, okay. Muddy, can you read page 81, number 1?
秋金
You need to rearrange the sentence. What's the right sequence of the sentence?
don't please
No.
please
No. 请坐，请坐
Chinh
，OK？
chu
请坐
okay please
is
don't Chinh chu
down，对
okay
啦，请坐。有 hear 的时候就
OK
唱，请坐，请坐，很好，
做一下。
Chinh chu
请坐。第二个 Margarita 在吗 ？Margarita 在吗 ？Margarita 好不在。OK，Maria
在老师
Maria 哈 Maria can you read number 2？
请进。
对啦，请进。You hear this all the time。请进，Please come in。请进，很好，谢谢。第三，Maria Susanna，请等一下。OK，now this sentence has many variations。请等一下 is one of them。
请等一下。
And then
真的不像
and also another one 等一等等一等等一等等一等一
等
一等
Okay.
等 and also when you go to the hospital they will use the more polite form is 稍等 please wait a moment. Okay, this 稍等 is first tone. I'll write the character for you. 稍等 Okay, 稍等 is wait a moment. This is more polite. Okay, wait a moment. You hear this with service people when you go to hospital shops. This is what they say. 稍等，请稍等，稍等，稍等。Wait.
小的
Okay. All right. And 等一会儿 wait a moment. It's the same. Okay. 等一会儿等一会儿等一会儿一会儿等一会儿 is wait a moment too. But it's different different politeness. Okay. 稍等 is the most polite. Okay. 好 ，Number 4，谢谢，我看看谁哟。Number 4，Mary Low 在吗？
小雨老师，
好，请你念 Number 4。
请原谅我，
对 ，Second tone，请
原谅我，
对，请原谅我，
我
请原谅我
请
，OK？
原谅我，
对啦，Please
嗯
forgive me，请原谅我，请原谅我，OK？
第一名
好，谢谢。第5 ，Marilyn 在吗？Marilyn 在吗？
在吗？
好
在了。
，Can you read number 5？
记
What's that？
对不起，我晚来了。
我来晚了。OK， 对不起，我来晚了。OK，and now when do you use 对不起 ？Everybody。
对不起。
Asking
Oh
for
my
sorry.
or embarrassed.
Asking for
Okay.
sorry.
Asking for
I'm sorry.
sorry.
No, there are
Sorry,
two
I'm
things in
late.
Taiwan. In Taiwan, turn your mic off because I can hear people listening to Teresa Deng because we mentioned it. Okay. And for example, in Taiwan, they use 不好意思.
Excuse me.
When do they use 不好意思?
depends depend on the
When they
situation.
are
shy.
they want to
when-
say something.
When no 不好意思 is when they are basically just they didn't do
Please.
anything wrong. That's the important thing.
Impolite.
They didn't do anything wrong. For example, when they want to move out of the bus, they say 不好意思 because they didn't do anything wrong. Okay, it's sorry, but it's like excuse me, not sorry, excuse me, but did not do anything wrong. Okay, but if you say 对不起 means you've done something wrong. Okay, so
Apologize.
apologize. 对不起 is I'm sorry. In this case, 对不起 is I'm sorry. Now, there is a reason for that. Now, when you didn't do anything wrong, how do you look at the other person? Do you look at with your eyes, facing them?
No.
Face down.
No. When you
Just smile.
no, when you didn't
Facing
do
down.
anything wrong, you don't face down because in some cultures, you face down means you've done something wrong. Okay, so in this case, 对不起，对 means
Right.
opposite.
Right.
Okay, and 不 means not. And 起 in this case means up. 起 is up. Okay, so 对不起 means I can't face you eye to eye, up. So therefore 对不起 means I'm sorry. Okay, so basically 对不起 is I'm sorry when you've done something wrong. So here we say 对不起我来晚了。来 is the verb. I came late. I'm late. 我来晚了。对不起我来晚了。Okay, so important in Taiwan, you use 不好意思 when you're not making a mistake. In China, they do not make that distinction. They use everything for 对不起 for everything. Okay, but in Taiwan, most of the time they use 不好意思 until they've offended or made a mistake. And then they will say 对不起. Okay, so there's a distinct cultural distinction there. Okay, so be careful with that. 好，第六，Mara 在吗？Mara 在，
我在 teacher。
Number 6，
我要一杯咖啡，水茶。
对啦，我要一杯咖啡。杯 is the measure word 杯，一杯杯 first tone， 一 is fourth tone， 一杯咖啡，水，一杯水，一杯茶。OK， 我要一杯水，一杯茶。你们喜欢喝茶吗？
不喜
我
欢。
喜欢
喜欢老师，
绿茶。
你们喜欢喝什么茶？
绿茶，
绿茶，
奶茶，
OK， 绿茶，茶哦，奶茶，奶茶。OK， so 我也喜欢喝茶啊，我也喜欢喝茶啊。OK， 好 ，Number 7， okay, next page number 7， we have Mary Renee， 你在吗？Mary Renee 你在，好，请 say number 7 on page 82。
我不喝啤酒。
我不喝啤酒，啤酒 is beer。对，我不喝啤酒。Okay, now I invented this question because I was teaching Australians, and Australians are drunkards. They love beer. So I had to teach them, 我不喝啤酒 I don't drink beer. They were laughing. Okay. 我喝啤酒，我很喜欢喝啤酒。喝啤酒。好，Number 8. Oh, number 8, very interesting sentence. Mary Jeline, Mariola.
Hi, ma'am.
Number 8.
Number 8. 没关系。
对，没关系 is neutral tone. 没关系 OK. 没关系 is all right too. Kind of say 没关系 OK. 没关系 OK. 没关系 what's the meaning of 没关系
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. No problem. It's okay.
没关系哈，没关系哈，没关系，好，很棒。OK， 第九 ，Mary Grace 在吗 ？Mary Grace 在吗 ？Mary Grace， 好，第九 ，Number 9 ，What's Number 9？ I love it. You all know how to start a sentence. 我，你, that's it. And what's the second one? I'm very thirsty. 我很渴 I'm very thirsty. And then?
给我
Yeah.
给我一杯。
啤酒好吗？
给我冰一
好吗？对，
给我一瓶就好吗？
Okay, there are two bits to the sentence. 好吗 comes in. Okay, 我很渴 so 我很渴 third tone so all goes up. 给我一瓶 give me a beer. 酒 and then this is a sentence 啤酒 sentence and then 好吗 makes everything into a suggestion. Okay, so to make a suggestion, all you have to do is put 好吗 after a sentence, not a question, a sentence. 给我一瓶啤酒好吗 and how would you answer?
好，我可以给你。
我买给你哈。我买给你。Felipe, if you say this, then you'll be out of money all the time. 我买给你。给我一瓶啤酒好吗？好，什么都是好，没问题。好，没问题。我很渴 ，OK。渴 ，if you're hungry, if you're thirsty in Taiwan, you don't drink beer, you drink water. 给我一瓶水好吗？ Otherwise you get dehydrated. Okay. You can tell I was making a joke when I invented these sentences. Okay. Right. 好。Marana 在吗？
我在。
好 ，Can you do number 10? Number 10. 不客气。什么时候 ？When do you say 不客气？
When someone say thank you to you.
对 ，That's right. 对，所以就我说谢谢 ，you say 不客气。Okay, 不客气。So 谢谢不客气。That's how you reply to 不客气。number 11. You hear this every day when you enter 7-Eleven. Do they do it?
7-Eleven.
Yes, they say this every day. What do they say?
欢迎
对啊，欢迎，yeah. 欢迎 welcome. Do they say? I don't know. Sometimes they don't care. Okay. All right. Number 12. Marian 在吗？好。Number 12.
我在，老师。
好，请 Number 12.
我马上
泡茶。
对啦，马上 is immediately. 马上 means getting on the horse straight away. Okay, so 我马上去泡茶 I go and make tea. 我马上去泡茶哈。去 is like la. 我马上去泡茶。Whose job is this to make tea in your household?
老板娘。
老板娘 is usually the woman, isn't it? Is the Mrs. 太太。我马上去泡茶。Right. So always the woman's job. Okay, number 13. Michelle 在吗？
在，老师。
13.
经理，我想吃饭。
不对，那请 always comes first. Okay, 我想 I want to 请你吃饭。对啦，我想请你吃饭。I want to invite you to have a meal. Now, when you say that, who pays?
The invitee.
You, the one who invited.
I'm the one.
The one who is invited. If you say 我
The one
想
who
请你
invited
吃
to
饭
eat.
The one who is inviting.
you pay for the meal, okay? So unless you're very rich, don't invite or don't utter 请 all the time. 我想请你吃饭 because that really means you pay. And usually what happens in Chinese culture, if you're good friends, you take turns. You take turns. Once me, the next time you, the next time you, the next time you. Okay?
Yeah.
So usually that take turns. So if people say 我想请你吃饭, do not refuse and try to fight for the bill. You know how Chinese people are very good at fighting for the bill? You know, sometimes when they're going out to dinner and then somehow the bill got paid and people were fighting and the counters are, I will pay.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think they fight? Why do you think they fight to pay the bill? What does paying mean? What does paying mean in Chinese culture? What's this? What's this 脸? But we have a special word for it, 面子. 面子. 面子 is face. 面子 is face. Okay? 面子. 面子 is face. Face means respect. So if you get to pay the bill, it means you're rich. Okay, you have 面子, you're always paying for people. However, reputation and respect, yes. However, really, to be polite, you need to share the 面子. You need to share the face. Okay, you cannot always get the face for yourself to show how rich you are, and everybody else lose their 面子. Okay, to lose 丢脸 is to lose your face. Okay, so the worst thing you can do in Chinese case is to make people 丢脸, which is to lose your face. 脸 to lose your face. Okay, so sometimes Chinese people, as I said to you before today, is they don't 丢脸 to lose face. They don't tend to say everything 100% yes or no. They go around in circles. It's because they don't want to be too sure of anything. They want to stay the middle road so that they don't make anybody lose face. Okay? Very important. This is why they go around in circles. And when they ask you want tea, they think you 6 seconds to get the request rather than 1 second. Okay, this is why they're constantly they do that instinctively, so you can't blame them. Okay, next time you hear the conversation when someone visits, 你的老板娘 will always go around in circles because they can't stop themselves. They cannot be too direct. They are very indirect. Everything they say is indirect. It's not direct. Okay, we Westerners are too direct. Okay, yeah, they're very uncomfortable when you're very direct. Okay, Mira, 在吗？
在
好 can you do number 14?
西安在这里可以吗？
Place first. So 在这里
在这里
可以
吸烟可以吗？
不在这里可以吸烟吗？ Okay, 在这里可以吸烟吗？ Now 可以 is now you hear this every day, don't you? 可以 is can. Okay, it's like a possibility. Okay, so it's asking, but 可以 is asking for permission. Okay, asking for permission. So this is why Taiwanese people are very polite. Everything is 可以。我可以做吗？可以。我可以吃饭吗？可以。They always use 可以, don't they? They use 可以 1,000 times. 可以，没问题，可以。Okay, so it's very polite. 可以，你坐这里，可以，没问题。可以呀。对。 对 ，every day you hear this. So very polite. 我可以在这里吸烟吗 ？Can I smoke here? Usually in restaurants you can't smoke anywhere. Okay. So so those are the sentences. Now, what I would like you to do is those sentences to build into your exam on Thursday. Now, what you have, 抽烟 and 吸烟 is the same. Yes, 抽烟 is orally. 烟, okay, they usually say in oral form, 抽烟 is the same. Okay, 抽烟 to smoke. Okay. All right. 很好. Okay. Now, I was talking about Thursday, what you have to do. Basically, what I taught you today, I want you to build the routine into your conversation. Okay. And for example, knock on the door. How do you say who is it? How do you say who is it?
你是谁？
是谁？
sometimes you don't say 你是谁，谁呀 ？Who is it? 谁呀？谁呀？谁呀？谁呀 ？Who is it? 谁呀？And then you say 我，你是谁？谁呀？
你是谁？谁猜
OK， 好 ，OK， 好，那who wants to have let's build a conversation, because I want you to notice how I built the conversation from week 1 to week 1 to week 7. Okay, so that I want you to be able to use everything we've done so far so that you can complete a longer conversation, not just one small activity. Okay, and this means you have to find a partner, and then you have to act it out, and I will record it as part of the oral exam. Okay, now who wants to have I want to do a demonstration of how you should build such a conversation, because some of you really do it too short. Okay, too short, because you want to finish it as much as possible, but I want you to say as much as possible. Okay, so who wants to be the guinea pig? Anyone? 谁要？
OK，老师。
阿令，好，阿令，您贵姓？
我姓巴鲁斯康，你呢？
我姓张，你叫什么名字？
我叫阿琳，你呢？
我叫 Felicia， 认识你我很高兴。
我也很高兴认识你。
你好吗？
我很好，你呢？
我也很好。你忙吗？
我很忙。
你很忙哦，很忙不能说话嘞。很忙不能说话。好，没关系。好。你吃饭了吗？
我吃饭了。我吃饭了。
你要问我啊，你不问我。
你呢？
我也吃饭了，谢谢你。你结婚了吗？
还没结婚。
OK， 问我。
你呢？
我结婚了。
你有孩子吗？
我有孩子，我有2个孩子。
好棒啊！
没有啊，你们都忘记了。boy or girl？
好棒啊！
boy and girl？
你从哪里来？
boy and girl, you don't want to know about my children. Boy or girl? 怎么说？男孩。
他是女孩。
女孩还是男孩？
女孩还是男孩？
两个都是女孩。哦 ，yes old yes old us yes old。
多大年了？
大女儿他们 OK，because I have two。他们多大？他们不是多大，他们多大？他们多大了啊？大女儿29岁，小女儿26岁，26岁啊。你不介意我问你几个问题吧？
不介意。
好，你在哪？你有几个兄弟姐妹？
我没有姊妹，我有3个弟弟。
哦，3个弟弟，他们叫什么名字？
我大弟弟是Arnel，他是40岁了，又结婚了。
啊，你小
我
弟呢？
二弟有结婚了，他是
也结婚了
37岁，有3个孩子。
有3个孩子。
最小弟有结婚了，他是33岁。没有 baby， 没有孩子。
不是有结婚了哈，也结婚了，也结婚了哈，也结婚了。哦，好棒哦，很多孩子啊。你在哪里工作？
我在台湾工作，我照顾奶奶。
啊，你是看护吗？
我是看护，我照顾老人。
OK， 你照顾几个奶奶？
一个奶奶她是89岁了。
哇哦，89岁奶奶哦，好棒哦，好棒哦。还有你的地址是什么？
我的地址是在嘉义市。你呢？
我住在澳大利亚。你的电话号码是什么？
我的电话是0974-502-209。你呢？
我的电话在澳大利亚，好长，很长，very long， 很长。OK， 你要喝茶吗？
我最喝茶，我最喜欢喝茶。
OK， 你要喝
我要喝绿茶。
绿茶。好，绿茶。好，我去泡茶。好，再见。
再见。
OK，
我很高兴认识你，老师。
我也很高兴认识你。Okay, now this is a very complete conversation, but except we should knock on the door first and then drink tea before we begin. Okay, but that was about maybe more than 5 minutes, so it was very good. Okay, so try to build as much as possible into the conversation so that you can demonstrate how much you can speak. And of course, it's important to get your tones right, very important. And also your aspiration right. Okay, your aspiration right. Okay, right. Now, what I want to do now is if everybody can turn their mic off, I'm going to talk about the grammar a little bit because in the written exam I give you, I will test you on grammar. So it's important that I actually record the grammar and we'll talk through, make sure you know everything. Okay? So I will talk and it's recorded so that don't talk while I talk. Otherwise, your noise will be recorded in that. Okay. All right. Page 85. Turn to page 85. Okay. Can you stop washing? My daughter is washing dishes while I'm trying to record. That's not good. Okay, I will try to record now. Okay, so the grammar for this week, number 1 is volitional verbs. Now, volitional verbs 能、可以、想、要和会. Now, these words are used before, important word, before verbs to express ability, possibility, intentions, or wishes. They can be made negative by means of adding 不 to the volitional verb with a few exceptions. Okay, now you might ask, how come there are so many cans in Chinese? This is because there are different weight attached, seriousness and weight attached to different cans. For example, A, 要和想 indicate one is thinking about something mentally, which is 想. If you want to do it, then it's 要. 要 presents a decision. Okay. Now, if you have children, you know when they're 2 years old, they spend the whole year saying 我要, 我要, 我要. That's them being very demanding. They want to do everything themselves. So the first word for children to learn at age 2 is 要. 不要, 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 no, 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 or 要, 要, 要. If you have children, you would have heard this long time. Very annoying. Okay. So if you're thinking of eating, you would say 我想吃东西 我想吃东西 Okay. And then sometimes you say, if you want to eat it, you say 我要吃. For example, when you have a conversation with your children, 你要吃饺子吗? Do you want dumplings? And then they would say in context, 我要吃或者我不要吃. Okay. So 要和想 is a pair. 想 is more distance, is not so strong, but 要 is very strong. So, but in your situation, when you go to the shops, you will say 我要买什么什么什么. Why is it that you can say 要 in that instance? It's because in 7-Eleven, in any shops, your role is to be the customer, to tell them what you want and buy things. And their role is to serve you as a counter person, as a shopkeeper. So because the roles are very defined and clear, you can use 要 that instance. Okay. Number B, 能 and 可以, both refers to the ability to do things. But 可以 always implies asking for permission or be allowed to do something. This is used very frequently in Taiwan, almost every day. Everybody only uses 可以. They very seldom use 能. Okay, so 不可以 implies prohibition. Okay, 我可以吸烟吗? 可以，不可以. Okay, so 可以 has this implied meaning of be allowed to do something. And another word that they might say to you is 不准. 不准 is not allowed. Okay, 不准. And in Taiwan, in some signs, you would see things like 禁止. 禁止 is it is forbidden. 禁止吸烟 is forbidden to 禁止. 禁止 is it is forbidden. Okay, so 禁止吸烟 is smoking is not allowed. 禁止 it is forbidden, and then to do something. Okay. All right. So This is on science only. Usually when people say you can't drink, they just say 不可以. Okay. So, but on science you will see 禁止吸烟. And 能 refers to an ability to do something. 你能喝酒吗？能. Okay. This is very dangerous. Taiwan is okay. Don't say to Felipe, being a guy who like to drink beer, don't talk to another Chinese guy and challenge him. Say, 我能喝酒, I can drink. And then they will challenge you. They'll try to say, yeah, let's drink you under the table, and you'll get drunk together. Okay? 不要这样子. My student came to Taiwan and did that at a nightclub, and then basically competing with the mafia. And I was so scared. I said, why do you do this? You don't know enough Chinese to save yourself. Don't compete with the mafia. Okay, but they did that, and because they think they're Australians. Okay. Now, another one, A, 会 may refer to a learned activity, such as cycling or speaking a foreign language. Okay? And 会, for example, you often hear people ask you, 你会说中文吗? Do you speak Chinese? They use 会 to do this. Okay? But 会 is also used to refer to the future, like in English, the word will. Okay? So, for example, 他会说点中文. It means he can speak some Chinese, but not a lot. 会说点中文. Okay. But on page 86, this is very important to know, is 他会来的, he will definitely come. Okay? 他会来的. Now, this is interesting because, you know, in English, we have a series of words to mean possibility. 他可能来, he may come. 他可能来. Now, when you say he may come, what's the percentage of the person coming? I think the percentage of person coming in English, he may come, is possibly 40%. Okay? And then in English, if you say he will come, probably goes up to, the possibility goes up to about 60%. But in English, if we say he will probably come, which is 80% possibility that the person will appear at the coffee shop, especially if you're in love with a guy and you want him to meet him accidentally and you want to know when he's going to turn up to a coffee shop. That's the kind of language we tend to use. Now, in Chinese, there is also this possibility. So, for example, 可能 is possibly about 50%. 他可能会来, he might come. 他可能会来, 可能会来, 可能 is might come. 可能. Okay, so the possibility is about 50%. And if somebody says, oh, 他会来, is possibly 会 is perhaps 75%. Okay, 会 might possibly. However, if you know about 90% this person will come, you would say 他一定 most certainly. Oh, I did wrongly. Most certainly will come. 一定会来 and then 会来. Okay, so in Chinese, we also have this degree thing with possibilities. Okay, because a lot of times people don't want to commit too much, so they have to have degrees of possibility within words. Okay, number 2 is 请. Now there are 2 meanings for 请: please or to invite. 请, the first one, used as please, is always used at the beginning of a request or command. 请进, please come in. Or the second one, 请, is as to invite. It's a verb. It's a verb. And can be used just like any other verbs. Okay. 我想请你吃饭. I want to invite you to a meal. 我想请你吃饭. So as we said before, if you say 请, that means you have to pay for the meal. So don't do this too often unless you really care about the person. And it's a bit sad. It's impolite to refuse such an invitation. Okay. Number 3, preposition 给. Now, what's a preposition goes before okay, there are different kind of prepositions. And preposition we have done so far, we have done 2 prepositions. One is 在, 你在哪里工作? So after 在, you have the place of work. So after 在, always followed by a place, what you've done so far. And then 给 works in the similar way. In a sentence, 给 and a noun or pronoun always go together. So 我给你, I give you. 给你, 你 is the receiver. Okay, so 给 plus noun or pronoun forms the prepositional phrase in which the noun or pronoun benefits from the action in the sentence. Basically, what's after 给 is the receiver of the action. 我给你泡茶, 我给你书, 我给你买东西. 给 is the word that indicates who is the receiver. Okay, so example, 你给我泡一杯茶好吗? Literally, you give me make a cup of tea, good? So could you make a cup of tea? Could you make a cup of tea for me, basically? So this is very interesting. 好吗 is used to turn a command into a request. So if you want to be polite, you don't want to be so fierce, you could just say, 我要喝茶. 你给我要喝茶. 我可以喝茶吗? Usually better to do 可以. 我要 is a bit strong. 我可以喝茶吗? 然后你要什么茶? 我可以请你喝茶. 我请你喝茶. Usually it's a phrase, it's a sentence. 我请你喝茶好吗? Okay, so it's a sentence plus 好吗 to turn into a request. Not really a command, a request. Okay, so these words actually are very cultural. So therefore, if you want to be polite, these are the words that you need to choose to use. Okay, and in Taiwan, the most common is basically 可以. Okay, which you have heard a lot. And then when people ask you whether you speak Chinese, they would say 你会说中文吗? 你会说中文吗? Okay? So that's the grammar we've done. Any questions? Any questions? 有问题吗?
没问题。
没问题。
没问题，没问题，
老师
Okay.
没问题。
Now we go to I want you to do something because I've done a lot of talking today. And by the way, I want to ask you, how would you like to do the test? Do you want me to go down the row from A to V? Or how would you like to do it? Would you like to find your own partners? Or for those people who don't have partners, I go down the row A to V. But for those who have partners, you can tell me who you're partnered with and then do the recording. Is that okay?
OK 老师
Okay.
老师
It's so funny. I try to be democratic in the class. Every time I give you democracy, nobody makes the decision. So in the end, I better make the decision. Okay. So either you can find a partner in the next few days and practice, or I will just call you according to the role from A to V during the test. Okay, so you can predict when your turn is going to come up. Okay, so do some preparation for the next class. Okay, now it's your turn. Page 87. Page 87. Now, of course, we can't do this game online because this is about a game about finding your family members and trying not to be left out and be an orphan. But because we can't go around getting everybody to do this, you just have to read out the cards. Okay, so read out the cards, the 7 family games here. And let's get people to read out the different cards in Chinese so that you can practice your Chinese. Nalinda 在吗？ Nalinda 在吗？ Nalinda 在吗？不在哦。Nanita 在吗？ Nanita 在吗？ 不在哈。Nina Richie. Okay. Nina Richie. I know you're here because you answered me just now. Nina Richie.
老师对不起我的阿嬷大便
OK， 没关系。
对不起
好，没关系。North Grace。Nova Grace 也不在哦。好，没关系。Rochelle。Okay, Rochelle North Grace在 as well. Rochelle, you can wait when I call you next. Okay. North Grace, can you read number 1, John, on the left hand side? John, read his details into Chinese.
John, you are 29 years old.
Yeah.
Your
So,
wife's name.
No. You got to read it in Chinese, not in English.
Sorry. 你20
John is you. John is you. So you have to say 我。对，我29岁了。
我29岁了。
And then my wife, how do you say my wife? 我太太。我太太。
名字是 Mary。
对，我太太叫 Mary。OK。叫 Mary。OK。
她是23岁。
Okay, other people turn your mic off, please. Otherwise, I can't hear it, Grace. Okay, 他是23岁 and then
我们有2个孩子了。
对
and
then
叫 Peter 跟 Jill。我住在 Brisbane。
很好 wonderful. So you've got the husband. Let's go and find. No, this is not very fun if you can't walk around and find your family members, but we can only read it out. I used to get people to walk around and find the family members. Okay, but it's okay. All right. 好，下一个 Rochelle, you do Mary on the right hand side. Mary.
OK， 你是23岁。
No, use 我 you are Mary.
对，
我是23岁。
我是23岁。 我的忘记还是什么？
怎么说？
先生，
我的
我的
先
先生，先生，我的先生叫Jan，他是29岁，我有2个小孩，Peter and Jill，我住在 Brisbane，布里
OK，
斯
谢谢
班。
布里斯班，谢
对，
谢。
谢谢。
Okay, Mira asked a very good question. Okay. I'm sorry. When teacher laughs like that, she has a bad, sneaky idea. Do you know Chinese people when they're happy, how do they laugh? When they're happy, how do they laugh?
哈哈，
Ha ha ha. And there's even a character for it. Ha
ha
ha ha ha. And the character is this one. Ha ha. Okay, this is laughing happily. And when they have a bad idea in their head, I've just done it. They don't say ha ha ha. What do they say? They say he he he. Can you hear me? He he he. Ronita
Naughty.
is laughing. Yeah, naughty. He he he. Okay, so I just did that he 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 when I try to explain the different forms of wife and husbands, and it's he 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 he. It's 呵呵呵，不是这个，是 he he he. How do you say he he he? There's no, I can't find the character for he he he, but that's how we do it. We do he he he. Okay, because okay now 老婆 is 老婆 now 老婆 okay 老婆婆 and 老婆 and 和老公 they go together. Okay, they go together as I'm not quite, it's a very familiar form of people in the marriage calling each other. Okay, in English you have a lot of euphemisms for wives and husbands, like the good old ball and chain. Okay, you know this one? Oh, that's my ball and chain. Okay, that's my wife. Okay, it's a burden. This is not very nice. So therefore, 老婆老公 is only within the marriage you tend to call each other that. Okay, when other people call your wife, there's so many different ways of calling it. They need to be more polite when they refer to other people's wives. Okay, so 太太 is one of them. And another one is 妻子. 妻子 is also wife. Okay, 妻子. Well, both are polite words to use to refer to other people's wives. Other people's wives. You don't say 你老婆. That sounds really too familiar. Okay, 你老婆你太太, people's wives and husbands. Okay. Now, I probably need to tell you a bit of history. China is a very patriarchal society. So therefore, there are other terms to refer to wives, which is not very pleasant. For example, in Confucian culture, females aren't supposed to go out to work and earn money. So they are called 内人. 内人is the inside person. Okay, so 内人 is the inside person. So in the olden days, this is a term for wife. In the olden days, when somebody visits your house, they will say 有人在家吗？有人在家吗？ And the 内人 the wife will say 他不在家，没有人，没有人。There is no people in the house. She does not see herself as a person. Okay, so this is a very traditional, but nowadays still people will, guys will refer to their wives as 我内人, my wife, 我内人, as a very humble saying, oh, my wife is useless, because men don't usually want to, marry very intelligent women. So they say 我内人. Okay, so this happens nowadays, and it makes me very uncomfortable, but that's Chinese culture. It's very patriarchal. Okay, so so Mira's question is, what's the difference? The difference is way of politeness, and yet again, referring other people's wives, you can't call them 你老婆, you can call them 你太太 or 妻子 or 妻子. Okay, so thank you for asking that, because you do, I think you probably don't hear a lot of different ways of asking. Okay, so Mary, so we did Mary. Okay, so the next one, Peter. Peter. 这个是谁？好 ，Rochelle did it. Rosita. Can you do Peter? Your father's name is John. You have one sister called Joe. You live in Brisbane. Rosita? 你能说话吗? Your mic is not on. Your mic is not on. Yeah? Yeah, page 87, the left column, Peter. Yeah.
Peter, 我爸爸名是 John.
我爸爸的 you can say 我爸爸的名字是 John, 是 John, 我爸爸名字叫 John, 我爸爸叫 John. Yeah.
我爸爸的名字 John. 我有一个妹妹。
没关系，妹妹可以。
我有一个妹妹。叫 Jill.
我住在
Brisbane.
好，谢谢。Okay. Another thing is, Mia, I just thought of it. You've heard of father. I've taught you father is Baba, mother is Mama. Okay, but to be polite to other people, and also maybe some occasions talking about your own family, you use a more polite term. More polite term for mother is, does anybody know? 母亲，对了，母亲，对了，母亲 is more polite for mother. For 母亲 okay, and for father is 父亲 yeah, for 父亲 okay, but of course when you say parents, what do you say? 父亲. When you say parents, 父母, that's right. You don't say 父亲母亲, you say you shorten it to two words. 父母, 对，我父母，对。So these are more formal words. 父母 for parents. Okay. Good. Right. Okay, 现在几点了? Okay, I think we can finish early 5 minutes today. You haven't had a rest for 2 hours. So I won't give you homework this week, okay? Because you have to practice your conversation and you have to learn the characters for page 89 to 91 because I'm going to test all of you till page 91. Okay? So I won't give you homework today, but you've got enough to do. All right? 有问题吗？哦，照相，我们要照相。OK， 照相 ，picture time。OK， 等一会儿哦，等一会儿照相，耶！等一会儿，好 ，OK。Don't forget to sign up, everybody. OK， 好，等一会儿，好，OK。All right. See. Okay, and somebody turn their video off. We'll have new people. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's have more people. Okay, 好，再来一次，好棒哦。Now, I will after recording your oral next week, I will send you a copy. Okay, so that you can keep a copy for yourself. Okay. Yes.
Because my Japan is 8点，然后我们的上课会开始8点。
Okay, so you can come later. Okay, I will call you only when you're in the class. Okay.
谢谢老师。
没问题 because I can see you online, so I'll call you when you're in, so you don't have to worry about missing out. And also, I will on Thursday, I will send you the paper thing while you're listening to other people. You can do the paper thing by yourself. Okay. With the listening, all you have to do is write down the questions, the written exam, the questions, and write the answers for the questions. Okay, so we'll do that simultaneously. Okay. 好，
谢谢。
OK， 好，没问题，我们要下课喽。好，等一会儿。
好，老师，
再见。